Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're crushing morning miles or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Welcome back to Talkin' Shit, where we are talking all sorts of shit. Schitt's Creek, that is. I'm Jess Sterling, and today we are talking about Season 6, Episode 4, Maid of Honour. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm joined by someone who definitely keeps his wedding book underneath his pillow, Stuart. Stuart, how are you?
Good. Keep a wedding book under my pillow. I mean, I don't intend to ever get married, so that'd be a weird book to keep, right? It would be weird to plan a wedding that you never intend to have, right?
Yes, definitely.
Do you have a wedding book?
I'm married. Why would I have a wedding book now?
No, did you have a wedding book?
Oh, did you? In fact, yes, and I keep it under my pillow. I, at one point in my life, did own a wedding binder. But it wasn't like David's is. Like, David's is very much like a scrapbook where he has like compiled everything he wants. It was more like a binder for someone who is going to get married. Like, you purchase it at a bookstore.
Right.
And I did have one
I
of
love
those.
that you... Same thing. Same thing. I don't care. Like,
it's not the same thing, because his is like
totally
carefully curated, and it's like a scrapbook. Mine was like, I was 21 and engaged and was like, I need this, obviously. And I didn't.
Right.
Go fucking figure. I did not need that.
I think like a wedding book's probably pointless now that there's Pinterest, right? Like,
oh,
Pinterest is just where you go for all
1000%.
the
Stuart,
vibes.
You're forgetting I'm old, okay? This was like 14 years ago. Like, no one uses a wedding book anymore. People use Pinterest or TikTok, YouTube, I don't know, other things, or nothing, because it's stupid.
Yeah, there is that.
Anyway,
it's a scam. Weddings are scams. We talked about it before.
Yeah,
so pricey for what they are. Like,
yeah,
don't do it.
Don't get married. Run away as fast as you can. No, I don't think the lesson is don't get married. I think the lesson is don't have an extravagant wedding.
Yeah,
unless you have generational wealth and someone else is paying for it or something. Like, hey,
yeah,
by all means.
If someone else is going to pay for it, go for it. Indulge.
Yeah, but then you also have to take into consideration their like opinions, which
I hate this stuff. Like, you know, when someone like feels as if they're contributing to a wedding, they get a say in it. Nah, front the money or don't. Like, turn up. That's the only requirement for a wedding. Like,
okay,
cut it out. Cut it out, people.
Sweet summer child.
If you're listening to this and you're jumping in on your kids' weddings because you contributed to it, I'm telling you, you're the problem. Yeah.
You're an ass. Not that we've called our listeners asses. Don't forget to subscribe. I feel like we haven't said this in a while. Don't forget to subscribe while you're listening to us rant at you. Talking shit everywhere, and find us on YouTube. Okay, shall we talk about? Let me give a quick little recap. See what happened this episode if people don't remember. The trailer for the new Crows Have Eyes movie has dropped, and Moira is thrilled. She forces everyone in her orbit to watch it multiple times, but is disappointed when Jocelyn offers no congratulations or comments on the trailer. Jocelyn admits that she's not a horror movie fan and doesn't want to see Moira get her hopes up only for them to be dashed. Eventually, she does write a small essay on how great the trailer was. She also neglects to write enough about Moira, but that's another beast.
Rookie error.
Meanwhile, Johnny and Roland are checking out the new motel and discover a room occupied seemingly by a squatter with a bag of cash and a gun. They do an old-fashioned stakeout, and according to the man, he's a lawyer who likes to lay low and had an arrangement with Betty and Benny to be a long-term tenant and pay in cash. Lastly, Alexis discovers David has asked Stevie to be his maid of honor and is determined to snatch the title away from her. When Alexis witnesses Stevie having an existential crisis about her career and life choices, though, she selflessly pumps Stevie up, saying she will help her with her maid of honor duties. David is very impressed with Alexis's selflessness and asks if she will walk him down the aisle and give him away. And it is so freaking cute. And that's our episode.
Yeah, that is adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
What? Okay. What are your gripes?
I don't know. It's like I came away from this episode just being like, seems a bit of filler. Like I think all the good stuff was really in the back end. Whole time through, I was like, where's the A plot?
Can I tell you where the good stuff was? Can I tell you where the good stuff was?
You say
Patrick's
in the rear end
end.
of Patrick's. Knew it's coming. 5 minutes and 12 seconds before the donk was mentioned. Yeah.
There were 2 prime donk scenes. 2 in one episode? Come on.
So I rewatched this episode literally just before we recorded this.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that you were talking about the donk. And so it was fresh in mind. Gonna say, appreciate a good donk. Didn't notice it.
I'm so mad.
That was a lot of dead air just to say that.
Like, yeah, I hope if someone, because I have that like gap cancellation thing feature turned on to my podcast app. If you don't have that feature on, there was such a long pause because I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm just so astonished that, like, listen, in the denim, in the suit, the donk was Don King.
Don't say Don King. That's just going to ruin everything. And again, they're really aging ourselves in terms of cultural references as well.
His butt looked good.
Don't deny it. I'm sure it did. I just didn't notice it at the time. I think it was wrapped up in like the actual story. So that's a point in its favor, I will say, against it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not down on this episode, like completely. Like I just kind of thought it was a bit of a like.
Yeah, I think like the way I look at it, the Johnny and Roland storyline is the one that I'm most like, I could lose it and be fine. The Alexis and like Stevie David, that whole storyline, I really enjoyed, both for plot moving forward with Stevie and her career, as well as character arc stuff with Alexis, as well as sentimental stuff with Alexis and David. And then the Moira storyline, I think, is like laughs. That it's there for the laughs, right? Like I don't know that there's any other reason to have that storyline besides Crows Have Eyes is coming out soon, you know, like that. That's it. So it's mostly there for the jokes. So like overall, I think I'm fairly average. I'm like, this is good. This is okay. Episode.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, should we jump into the Moira a bit then? Get that out of the way, because I think like that's the easiest thing to really talk about. I really identified with Moira in this whole thing. Like when we did the trailer for this podcast, I was like, whoever was in, I was like, go watch this, watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? What are your thoughts? Have you subscribed? Like all of that kind of like energy. Totally understood it, because I was like, when you make something and you're pretty proud of it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch it on loop and really overanalyze it. And everyone around you is just like, once is enough, twice is a bit much.
I love the opener with it buffering and then being like, just call me when it's ready. Like enough is enough.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm being too harsh, but I don't personally feel like I am. Jocelyn is not being a good friend, because even if you're like, I don't care about scary movies, even if you're like, I don't want you to get your hopes up. First of all, Jocelyn, this is your friend, okay? If she shows you a movie trailer for a movie she's in, I don't give a single crap if you don't like scary movies. You're like, oh my God, the cinematography. You look incredible. You look so in character. It looks terrifying. That's all she's looking. And she knows Moira. Moira is your friend. You know her. You know she needs words of affirmation. So give them to her, girl. Like, I don't put up with this nonsense of, I don't want you to get your hopes up. Her hopes are already up. So all you're doing at this point is dragging her down. What good is that going to do?
Possibly it might meter like kind of the disappointment if it comes in. I kind of see it a little bit from Jocelyn's side. I wasn't like I thought Jocelyn was a bit poo-pooey with it, but then on the second watch, I noticed that like Jocelyn's just keeping quiet. Like she has a bit of a sour face on, which I think she tries to hide, but just does badly because Jocelyn seemingly can't lie. And Moira's the one that's like, she literally says like, "Oh, let's see what Jocelyn has to say." So she really
because Jocelyn is her best friend of all of those people in the Jazz Gals. She is closest to Jocelyn.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want your friends to tell you the truth? Because if you were in something that was awful, like
because at this point it's done, right? Like this is not now is the time for constructive criticism. That it's done. She has filmed it. It is done. This is the trailer. It is coming out. The time has passed for any sort of constructive criticism. Now is the time where we heap praise, especially because this like Moira has already been through the ringer. Like there's already been a roller coaster of emotions associated with this film, right? Like, oh, it's not gonna get, they've shelved it, they're not gonna do anything with it. Oh my god, now Interflix bought it. Like I think she's already had that deep dark depressing low. She literally was hiding in a closet for multiple days. Like I don't think you want Moira to go back to that place. So I think at this point you don't even, I'm not saying you have to heap loads and loads of positivity on it, but when you are completely silent and literally everyone else in the room has said like, oh my gosh, wow, it's way better than I thought it would be, like, which isn't even really a compliment, Ronnie, but like they've already said something and you are the best friend of the person and you have said nothing. I don't, the excuse of I'm not a scary movie person is such BS. Like it is truly such BS. I don't care, Stuart, if you were in a movie, even if it was like, I'm trying to think of the movies that I hate the most. Even if it was a car movie, even if it was like this like action flick that I would normally be like, this is such a waste of time. Like I'm not sitting down and watching this. I would watch it and be so happy for you. Like I just feel like Jocelyn is being a bad friend.
Yeah, I mean, there is a sense that like you should be excited for them. And yeah, you're right. It's in the can. You can't change it. The only thing you can do is hype them up. But I think, I know there is a subjectivity of taste that comes into it, and this film does not look good in the slightest.
Of course, it looks horrendous.
But then I think you don't have to like. I think the problem is the like the vapidity of the comments that you get from like Twyla and Code, like being like, "Oh, maybe you'll get an Oscar." It's like, no, let's not be unreal here. Like, let's compliment the things you can compliment within the like bounds of reality. Like your performance was really enthusiastic, Moira. The feathers looked really interesting. Kind of like that stuff works with it. But yeah, I think if you take it too far, then that's where it goes downhill completely.
There's a balancing act. Like you have to like, you don't have to be overly hyped about it, but you can give like, you look incredible. Like I think that you can be so vague and like honest. You can even be a little honest, right? Oh wow, like your makeup looks great. Like it's true, her makeup and hair and the styling looks really fun and incredible. So I don't think you'd be even lying there. I just think like obviously when Moira comes to you and it's like, oh, you didn't really seem into it. Like what, what's going on? Take the note. And she does come back later and has like a whole essay about like how great it is. And I really liked that. I really did. Cause she's taking the note of like, oh shoot, like I messed up. My opinion really does matter to Moira and I really need to make this right. So ultimately I come around on Jocelyn by the end, but I was a little taken aback. I'm like, girl, like this is your friend. Like be a good friend and be nice. Like she's not looking, the critics will rip it apart, I'm sure. You don't need to do that. You're her friend.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. But like I think the way in which she brought it around was really sweet. I love that she did it in a real Jocelyn style of like a school essay that she's been given an assignment for, and she's
Yes.
used it for like really getting all the creative writing words and everything
Writing
like that.
in third person.
Yeah, like it's just so like that was really sweet and really kind of like great for her character, but a little bit too much too late. Because I thought that was again, I don't think what Moira needs necessarily is exactly what Moira asks for. Like Moira sometimes needs things that she doesn't ask for. Like she asks for too much, and sometimes you do need to like push her back and be like, no.
Yeah.
Your ego needs to be brought down a smidge, or at least
Yeah.
not inflated as much as you want it to be inflated to. But I can concede on this because obviously, yeah, she did have such a sour face on when it was playing.
Yeah. Like I agree. Stop Moira from playing it for a fourth time. Like I'm in agreement with Jocelyn there. But yeah, I mean, even Twyla, I do love like, oh my gosh, like were the birds nice? My uncle had a parrot that kept asking me to take my bra off. The more that Twyla talks, the more I just feel awful for her.
I feel so bad for her. Like I want to know more. Like we haven't had a lot of Twyla lore in the recent seasons.
It comes in like
really early on.
Alexis's. It's like dribs and drabs of like one-liners.
I want more Twyla. Like I want to know like what the hell happened in Twyla's life.
Listen, you want more Twyla, I want more Gwen. Okay. Anytime we're with the Jazza Gals, I'm poking around. I'm looking for her. She was wearing black, and I feel like she had more makeup on today. And I was like, "Girly pop, what you doing? What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You hanging out with your new pastor boyfriend?"
How about spin-off? Gwen and Twyla, just Thelma and Louise style. They get in a car and they just drive off. It could work.
Love that. Gwen gets
I don't know how this season ends. Maybe neither survive. I don't know. Maybe it's this kind of show. Spin off beforehand. We can do a time divergence. Who cares?
Gwen gets the most name drops just randomly for like no reason in this show. Like in the very first scene, it's like, oh, I just sent you to the trailer for the Crows movie. What? My Crows movie? No, Gwen's. Like, yes, yours, you know, like she gets so many name drops, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, Moira is really excited, and I'm excited for her. You know, the trailer, this is a big deal for her, and we'll talk about her look later, but I was like, she was on one. I was here for it. It was great.
Oh yeah, she knew the spotlight was on her, and she dressed appropriately.
Yeah. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to talk about Johnny and Roland, or you want to talk about the Maid of Honor stuff?
I think Johnny and Roland, because this was like, I think, classic Schitt's Creek of just like, you know, awkward situation, bit of misunderstanding, Johnny being Johnny, Roland being Roland. Like it was quintessential kind of like that vibe. It's like, it's another situation where they create their own problem. Like if they were more confident in themselves and just was like, dude, we just bought the place. We were just checking out the rooms. Didn't think anyone was here. Who the hell are you? Like that would have solved it immediately. But of course, they have to be awkward and stake it out and have a weird kind of like interaction with it, which is a recipe for disaster, but also like good comedy. And I thought it worked really well. I did kind of like come away with chuckles. But again, I was just like, this is kind of just what I expect from these two. Like the moment we know it's going to be Johnny and Roland, you know it's going to be something kind of awkward and just an odd situation, right?
Yeah. I guess my question is this guy really a prosecutor?
No, I didn't believe it at all. I was like, sure.
I mean, the only thing I will say in his favor that like maybe he is being honest, he did know the names of the owners. Not that he can't find out that information. But the way he says, like, oh, I had it in the contract with Betty and Benny when, like, they sold this, right? Like, that sounded believable. But what kind of prosecutor has a bag of cash and a gun and, like, is just hanging out in a motel room? Like, it is such a strange story. And I feel like if I'm Roland and Johnny, I'm immediately going back to the contract that Roland obviously neglected to read. And I'm, like, sifting through it to see if I see anything about a long-term tenant lawyer. Because if it's true, great. You're getting cash money. Like, you're not even ready to do any renovations or anything. So this is perfect. But if it's not true, you got yourself a problem.
Mm-hmm. And are you bad, like, down on Roland for not having read it? Like, because
I mean, no one reads.
It's for lawyers, right?
But that's
lawyers.
Contracts are for lawyers to read. Like, he probably doesn't have a lawyer, which is bad on Roland. But himself not reading it, no, of course he didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of, buying property without getting a lawyer to check it is a wild thing.
Couldn't be me. Just everything Roland does, it couldn't be me. I do love him going to the vending machine when they're on their stakeout, and he has the drink time orange soda and a bag of Polly Puffs, and the soda is made of 99% real drink.
Yeah, I want to know what the American other 1% is. What is the other 1%? Like, okay, by virtue of the 99 being real drink, then the other 1% has to be fake drink.
Fake drink. Because normally the joke is like, drink? Oh, made with 90% real juice or whatever, right? Yeah, so in this case, I don't know. I don't know what the 1% is, but I do love that Roland is just like, we got to get more of these. Like, we got to stock back up.
We've got some like little shops like around where I live, and there's one that we call the Cave of Wonders, and it's this little tiny shop that seems to just find stock from everywhere. It's strange and everything, and we try and find the weirdest drinks that they have, and like some of them have like kind of like Japanese drinks with like floating little like the boba tea kind of like situation kind of thing, but they're like bottled, and sometimes it's not like the little spheres of tapioca or anything like that. It's just straight up just chunks of stuff, and it's always just like I don't. I buy them for other people, but there's always this kind of like precarious game you play of, is this just quirky?
Is this gonna kill
me? Drink, or is it moldy? You never know with like a small shop that's so unregulated like that.
I've had like a boba tea type of thing before. I don't know if it was actual boba tea. I'm trying to remember. I think it's like I want my liquid to be liquid. You know what I mean? Like I don't want things in it.
I love videos of people drinking it for the first time, and the tapioca goes up the straw, and they're not expecting it, and then just immediately like, everything just
yeah. I've had okay, so we have a frozen yogurt chain here called 16 Handles. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's basically like soft serve frozen yogurt, and then you can like you pick your flavor, and then you get as many toppings as you want, and then they weigh it. So it's based on weight. And they have these little like pearl type of things like in a boba tea. And I've had those. And it's really weird because it's just like you expect it to be something. And then all of a sudden it's like a gusher, but way stranger because it's just like explodes liquid. It's like, it's weird. It's not, I don't like pulp. Like I just want my drinks to be liquid. I don't want to be surprised.
Have you had like mochi with ice cream in the inside?
Yes, and it's not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm a bit the same.
I mean, people love it. People love it.
I like it when I get it for myself and I know what's inside. But when someone's like, "Oh, have some mochi," and they don't tell you what flavor it is, and you're like, because any flavor of ice cream could be within there. And
it's like those candies that you get for like Valentine's Day. If you don't have the like the answer key on the back of it, and you just take a random one, it's like, okay, well, is it going to be caramel or is it going to be some weird funky color? And I don't even know what flavor it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, totally out on any of those. You have to have the reference thing, or you need to know exactly what it is you're going into. I'm
generally don't give me the gross flavors. Like, please don't. I don't want them.
What's the gross flavors of like those kind of things? Are you like
the fruit ones?
Yeah, same. Fruity, creamy ones. I'm like, get out. Give me toffee.
I don't want liquids in my chocolate. I'm out on like I'm so sorry. My dog just fell off the couch.
I thought you get the weirdest look from Will there, but no, dog falling funnier.
He was laying. He just was, because he's dumb. He just lays in weird ways, and his whole back end just fell off the couch, and he was like, "Wow!" Anyway, who's napping? No, I don't like liquids. I'm out on Cadbury cream eggs. I don't want there to be
worst take.
It's a liquid. I don't want that.
No, that's a declaration of war. That's just xenophobia. I'm not having that. That's just anti-British. Cadbury cream eggs are an institution, and anyone who doesn't like them, I'm sorry. Please turn off the podcast. You're banned.
I don't like them.
They're just they're so
also
good.
I don't
they're
like those
so
like
good.
you know those like chocolate covered cherry things that people eat where it's like not like a cherry, it's like a maraschino cherry that has like chocolate in. I don't like those.
Maraschino cherries are just cherry plus. Like it's just you want some cherry? Let's amp the cherry up.
Don't like maraschino cherries because they're just like slimy cherries. Like if I want a cherry, I want an actual cherry, not like a weird sugary mutant cherry.
Yeah. No, I agree on the cherry front.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know how we got here. We were talking about drink time. We've been off on this tangent for a while though. But yeah, I don't think this guy was telling the truth. Johnny and Roland seem fine with it. I hope they go back and check the contract. But I did like the misadventures of like Johnny and Roland. They're really fun. They're fun together. I love Roland accusing him of being sexist like 20 times.
Yeah, that was really funny. And then to have the callback of him correcting the guy, and then the guy goes, "No, all dudes." Like it's always guys.
Yeah,
that was really great. I like these two on a stakeout again. If we're talking spin-offs with like Gwen and Twyla, give us a spin-off of Johnny and Roland becoming cops in Schitt's Creek and just like them staking out places.
It's a buddy cop movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, except that I like Roland annoys me. Like Roland annoys me like 50% of the time. It's very hit or miss with him.
I mean, I found it really bearable this episode. Like he was
pretty good this episode.
He had his moments where he was a bit like kind of a bit Rolandy. But I think he like I don't know. Maybe I'm being quite forgiving because I found like his accusations of Johnny being sexist, and then also
that was funny.
Ragging on Johnny's car while literally in shot is his beaten up rusty truck in the background. Top tier.
I do love him saying like, "Oh, it's a partnership, so we'll split it 50-50. You can have the gun, I'll take the cash." He had some good stuff this episode, I thought.
Yeah.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Okay, let's talk about the Maid of Honour storyline. Do you think it's fair of Alexis to assume she gets to be Maid of Honour?
No. It is. I think any assumption for anyone else's wedding is a lot. You don't know what some people are expecting. Thing is, though, it seems like this is something that they've talked about before. Like, they have it planned out. So if there's a deviation from that plan, I'm kind of like, maybe I'll be a bit forgiving if she is a bit expectant with it. And maybe David should have really explained this before. He certainly, I think, should have told Alexis that it's been offered to Stevie because of the assumption that she'd be away for 6 months. I think that was a bit of a bad move by David.
Yeah, I think my headcanon of this whole thing is that Alexis has always known David has had a wedding book. She's always known his plans for color schemes and all this stuff, right? If I know Alexis has always been like, and I get to be your Maid of Honor. And she goes on and on and on and on and on about it. And David maybe has always just been like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like maybe he's been non-committal about it. And then obviously with the assumption like, oh, you're going to be gone, he asks Stevie. I think Stevie makes sense when you think about like Stevie knows and loves both Patrick and David. Like they're all really kind of close as a trio. And it makes sense if Alexis is going to be gone to have it be Stevie. If you're looking for someone to take on the responsibilities and the duties that normally I almost love the duties and I thought I was going to be able to hold together and I couldn't. Because I paused for too long and then I looked at your face and then I just started laughing anyway. You can see it on my face if you're watching us on video. I almost had it. But I think Stevie is totally unfamiliar with the responsibilities that a maid of honor or a best man or someone in the bridal party typically is responsible for, right? Like obviously we're talking about stereotypical wedding. What is it? What is this person supposed to be responsible for? A lot of times it's like a bridal shower, a bachelor party, bachelorette party, like organizing the rest of the bridal party. Again, I don't know if there is a rest of the bridal party. Like we haven't heard of bridesmaids, groomsmen, right? So that may be fairly simple, but Stevie has zero experience with any of this. And when you look at someone like Alexis, not only does she have very similar tastes to David, but she has been a bridesmaid in her day. You know, she has done the whole thing at one point. So I get where Alexis is coming from, like where her assumption comes from.
Yeah, and I think they have been planning it out for a while because she asks about if he's still going to do Keira Knightley's green dress from Atonement, which is like a really specific thing that they seem to have talked about. And I'm sorry, like if you offer that to someone else and you've planned for Alexis to wear that green dress from Atonement, and you deny her the opportunity to wear that green dress from Atonement, I'm sorry, that's a crime in itself because she looked amazing in that dress. Like, it's phenomenal. But, like, so, like, that feels like they've planned the shit out of it. Like, they've talked about this, and I think that it's beyond the point of David just kind of, like, whenever it's been brought up, of just, nodding and doing the agreement. I think it is something that they have seriously, like, not planned out for like properly, but they've talked about, like, have the aspirations of it and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, Camp Alexis of being like the assumption is there, but I still don't think that fundamentally you should have that assumption unless you have this to back it up with. Like, I'm sorry, like, don't come into it with like it's not your day, it's theirs. Like, let them do it.
I'm your sister. Yeah.
But if they do change their mind, fine, it's their decision. But I mean, let people know what's going on, David. Like, come on. I think that it makes sense to us, Stevie, like, though, because Stevie is a friend, and that role is typically like more of a friend than a family member. I don't know if other people like may disagree. I don't know. I know that people do pick family members for it.
I would say, like, in my experience, it's like 50-50. I think generally what I've seen is if you have siblings, generally they're going to be in your bridal party. They may not be the maid of honor best man, but they probably would be included in the party. If you're close with them, I would expect for them to be maid of honor best man. But usually it's like, as an example, we didn't do this, so it's like a really terrible example. I had a maid of honor and my husband had a best man, and that was it. We didn't have bridal parties per se. But if we were going to extend it beyond that, he would have included my brother in his, and I would have included his sister in mine. So I guess it depends. But I think, like, if you have a friend that is like your best friend, usually that person is going to end up being the head person, which again is so stupid, but it's very wedding-y. Like, it's like, oh, there's all these things that need to happen. So, like, you probably want someone who's like pretty organized. And I mean, Alexis really does fit the mold for what David at least is looking for, right?
I mean, she could plan the shit out of a bachelor party. Like, Diplo still sends her nudes. Like, she's got the connection still. Like, that could be a fire bachelor party, right? But what's Stevie gonna organize, really? Like, Stevie is not someone to lean into the pageantry that David requires, I think. And so having Alexis as a helpful hand, at least, it's a bit of a blessing. And the way in which they get to that is, I just found myself. This was peak cringe. Like, the Johnny and Roland situation was a little bit cringe. This, and even the Jocelyn, like, telling Moira, like, oh, like, I don't really like horror. That was cringe. This is on a whole nother level for me, because I hate it when people have conversations about someone and there's context in the room that someone doesn't fully understand. I was like, oh gosh, if I was Steve in that situation, I'd be livid.
See, it didn't really bother me. Mostly because I find Alexis's facial expressions so fun when she's like cringing or like glaring or just her eyes are wide. I love her. I think it's really funny. She's trying to get this back from Stevie and do it in a nice way of like, oh, we'll take this off your plate. Like, you obviously have a lot going on. But Stevie's really going through it. She leaves Larriere. She's about to start flying and she has like no experience, no training. She's in a full on like old school stewardess like outfit. And she finds out like her goal was, I want to travel the world. Like, I want to see places. But the only places she's going to be seeing are like freaking South Dakota, which sounds beautiful. I mean, South Dakota is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Hoboken, which is not beautiful. Like, she's going nowhere out of the country, you know, well, I guess, no, they're in Canada. So she is going technically out of the country. But either way, nowhere she really wants to go. And so she is like, what am I doing? Like, she is really having a little bit of a meltdown. And I sent you a picture of David just slowly backing away as Stevie is melting down. And I loved it so much.
So good. Like, it just peak kind of like, I'm not gonna get involved in this. Like, this is not for me. I'm kind of David in that situation. I'm just like, that's a lot of emotion.
People crying makes me so uncomfortable, and I'm sorry. Like, if you are someone who will cry around, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not programmed. I'm not wired to like understand what to do. Like, I'm like the like. There. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, what am I supposed to do? What do I do with my hands? No, I don't know what to do. And I'm the David who is like, okay, I'm gonna step back slowly and let somebody else handle this.
I'm the worst. I go into fixed mode, which is the worst thing you can do when someone's venting. People just want to hit. They just want you to listen, and they just want to vent.
So that
you just have to be there to accept. And yeah, it's like that's terrible. Don't try and fix it, but I don't know, guy brain perhaps. Like, I'm gonna mansplain the shit out of this. Here's what you're doing wrong. Terrible thing to do. Have to resist it. I have to literally.
But Alexis does a really great job. Like, she really does. She's like, I'm not going to let you give up this job. You can do this, and I'm going to be here to help you. And I love like the offering the ties and like not letting Stevie grab the one that she knows is the wrong one and like shoving the other one out forward a little more.
How does Stevie not get that? Like, it's so like she's
having a meltdown.
I'm sorry, no, that's ridiculous. There are simple cues that you're meant to take from people. Learn that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm down a bit on Stevie because I think the whole Larriere thing is stupid. I think.
Listen, as someone also in my 30s, like, who went through a little bit of a like career crisis at one point, like, end up here, and maybe I should be doing something I'm more passionate about. And then when she's trying to do that, she's like, this isn't what I thought it would be. And now I'm also responsible being a maid of honor, and I don't know what I'm doing there either. Like, it's really like a snowball rolling down a hill where if you're already panicking about one thing, it's very easy to catastrophize it and make it even bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that the whole jump to Larriere thing didn't compute with me and with Cabaret. Like, you go from Cabaret and you think Larriere, like, that for me doesn't flow.
Think of it more as travel than specifically Larriere.
But it's through Larriere. Like,
I know.
Go traveling. Like yeah, might be difficult. You don't have like the startup cash to do so, but like start saving a little bit and then go traveling and like see the world a little bit. Like I feel like it didn't. I don't know. I just feel like this storyline could have been a little bit more. And what they've done is they've realized, oh, we've written Stevie to a point where Stevie naturally is going to want to like go and see the world. And so they really need to quickly U-turn. And they've done it through this way of like introducing Larriere, making it awful, and having Stevie run away at the first hurdle. And I think that's a slight disservice to Stevie, if I'm honest, because Stevie could have conquered the world at the end of the last season. And now she's running away from a really crappy airline that's being sued by its own owner. And I'm like, Stevie deserves so much more than that. I kind of would have preferred a bit of a time skip, maybe. And I think this is maybe I'm just not jarring with the opening of this season, because I'm like, Ted's away. Alexis is going through the whole I miss you, Ted thing. And I'm like, if we had jumped forward, like even if it was like 3 months of travel or something like that, we could have got the bulk of the Ted stuff out of the way. Maybe we could have got the tail end of like them having a long distance relationship. That would have been like kind of good because we get that out there. And then we also get like David, like proper bridezilla getting into like the planning stuff, because I feel like that's come about really quickly. Like they only just got engaged like 2 weeks ago, if the timeline is what we think it is. So let it cook a little bit and let it kind of bring it, and then you can say, well, Stevie has been off traveling. Like Stevie comes back, she's got all these horror stories from traveling and like all the things she's done. Like she's met Amir and Jake 2.0, and like she's had wild times, and then like brings a friend back, and it's like something clear. I think there's just so much wasted potential with what was built up with Stevie, and it's been squandered for a cheap Larriere joke, and that's perhaps why I'm a bit down on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
No, I don't disagree about Larriere as a storyline. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Larriere storyline. I like the idea of having Stevie want to explore other opportunities, other career options. I'm not a big fan of Larriere in general, but I think maybe this is results oriented because I know what the rest of the season looks like. Like, I know the storylines we're going to get. I feel like time skipping works for some characters and not for others. And so, I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible so as not to like spoil anything. I think we'd miss some bigger character moments if we skipped in time a little bit. And like, I don't find it that strange that David and Patrick are planning the wedding. One, it's TV. Two, I went into planning right away. A lot of people do. And it's David. So even more so, I'm like, this tracks. This makes sense. This is his storyline for the season. And also he's David. So he's going to go a little nuts with it. So all of that makes sense. I think the time skip would probably work for Moira because you could have, Interflix not pick it up right away, right? Like it could be shelved for 6 months or whatever and then be picked up. So you could jump forward in time for that and it would be fine. I don't care. She would have
been in the cupboard for 6 months. That's the only bad thing I guess.
The fire brings her out of it, and then I don't know. Maybe she gets a different hobby, and then she reinvents herself, and then she ends up getting sucked back in. But no, I'm not a huge fan of the Larriere thing. I think like having Stevie explore something. We're only 4 episodes in, so I personally don't feel like we have wasted so much time and energy on this storyline. And I'm like, once upon a time we were complaining that Stevie didn't have enough to do. And so I guess I'm more so on the side of like, well, she's getting something, and it does feel like a thing that happens to people in their 30s, especially if you're someone who fell into a career. You didn't choose a career. You kind of just ended up there, and then you stuck with it for a while. And then you got a glimmer of like something better in Cabaret. Trying to expand on that, she's not going to get to, first of all, she doesn't have the money to just like flit off and go traveling somewhere. And opportunities in Schitt's Creek are few and far between. Like she doesn't have where she lives is, if she's not moving, she's going to have a tough time finding something bigger and better. So I think it's a very realistic storyline. But no, I'm not like the biggest fan of Larriere as a concept.
Yeah, I think there is also like, I think from me and my perspective is that, I mean, I've lived in London my entire life. I don't understand small town mentality of like how wrapped it is to be in a small town. Like for me, I'm just like, oh, I can find pretty much anything on my doorstep or travel to it within under an hour on public transport. The idea of not having opportunity left and right because of like an unavailability of like things is, I have to remind myself of that. I'm like, oh yeah,
it's really hard when if you don't have money saved up. There are like 5
buildings, and it's without savings as well. I mean, it was even harder. It's like, it's not like you can like, David is really the exception here in terms of like having an influx of money and also like building a business. That
and he does have experience having been rich, right, like some of it also is who you know. If you grow up in a small town and never leave it, you don't exactly have the networking, you don't have any of the backbone, any of the structure to get out. And also on top of that, I don't necessarily know that Stevie is like wanting to leave Schitt's Creek forever. I think she is thinking smaller than that. She wants to just see what else she can do in her life. You know, I don't think her biggest issue is with the town itself. I think she does at this point in time, definitely not in season 1, but at this point in time, she at least has a community around her. Where I don't think you could say the same thing in season 1, really.
Oh yeah, completely. No, I agree with that.
But I do love Alexis, you know, putting Stevie first here, being really selfless. I love her little wink to Stevie after the whole tie thing. She does like a little double wink. It's so cute. And then what did you think of David offering to Alexis to walk him down the aisle?
That was adorable. That if it wasn't for that, I think I would have been even like I would have been down on this episode at a smidge. But this really rescued it for me. Like, it was such an adorable moment, and because it was David recognizing that obviously Alexis, I think there's a certain sense of like wanting the role because it's hers. Like, there's a certain sense of possessiveness because it's like, well, it was promised to me, therefore I must have it. But I think that this was David recognizing that it's not just that. I think that Alexis wanted to be part of it. Like, Alexis, she reacted poorly when she found out that she wasn't even going to be there when the wedding was happening because of the flight situation. And so I think that it was incredibly sweet of him to recognize that and to offer it. And especially like a very kind of, again, a non-traditional kind of like, ordinarily it's like the father of whoever to give them away. Like, I thought it was a really good thing of just saying, no, I want Alexis to give me away. Like, she's the one.
Yeah,
it's great.
We're really bucking tradition already, right? With Alexis referring to herself as a maid of honor, as David's maid of honor, right? Like, normally if it's a guy, you'd call them groomsmen, groomspeople, whatever. Generally, if it's like, again, obviously we're not talking a heterosexual marriage anyway. But I really like it. It just makes me like, I want to know what you think. Okay, so if Stevie is David's maid of honor, we don't know if Patrick has anyone on his side yet. We haven't learned of anything like that. Generally speaking, this is general, you have an equal amount on either side. I've seen it where it's been uneven, but generally speaking, if you have a maid of honor, you're going to have a best man or whatever you want to refer to them as, one on each side. And like you said, generally it is the father of the person walking down the aisle that gives them away. I don't even get,
because it all comes from the whole sense of ownership.
This was like a big sticking point for me personally in my wedding. I thought it was revolting. Like, I was very actively upset about it. I refused to wear a veil because of the tradition, because of what veils meant, where if you don't know, if you're uninformed on the tradition of what a veil was used for, it was so that the groom didn't see his bride before they got married, because what if she's ugly and he decides he doesn't want to marry her? Messed up. I was not contributing to this. I was like, my face will be seen. So I didn't wear a veil because I was like, this is dumb. But yeah, the other thing with the father giving them away is it's like, oh, you're handing them off to another man. Like, here you go. She's your problem now. My dad did walk me down the aisle. I originally wanted both my parents to do it, but my mom said it would mean more to my dad to have just him do it. So, that was fine. Anyway, so we know it's not going to be Johnny. We know it's going to be Alexis. So what do you think? Who else is making up this wedding party? Right? Because we still have a bunch of characters. We know probably not Ronnie. She hates Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to say Ronnie would be a real left field choice for especially being Patrick's side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know really, because we don't really know many of Patrick's friends. Like, we've seen Ted's friends, from the vet side of things, of like the Christmas episode, or at least we've heard of them. Does Patrick have any friends? Is Ray gonna be part of this wedding party? Is that the closest thing? Maybe Ray's gonna give Patrick away. I don't know. Be awkward. No, it'll be his parents. It's got to be his parents are going to be involved, hopefully, and we'll get to see them again. But we don't really know of anyone that Patrick is close to. Does Patrick have friends?
I don't know. We haven't met them. If he does, maybe he's friends with people on the baseball team or the softball team, whatever they play the league together. Not Ronnie, but maybe someone else.
Maybe it'll be Bob.
I'd love that.
That'd be awful.
I'd love. He's gonna jog down the aisle. I do love this storyline. I will say, it's not even a gripe. Maybe it's just like a note, something I noted. Every time I watch this episode, and I've seen it at least 3 times this week, Alexis's earrings distract me so much.
They were so big and heavy.
They're freaking hula hoops. Massive gold hula hoops dangling from her ears. So distracting. She looks beautiful, but the earrings are so distracting.
Yeah. So weird. I often I've never understood people that wear giant earrings that are heavy.
No.
I have a weird aversion to it. I don't like big bulky big metal things and ears, the big hoops and stuff. Not my thing at all.
Yeah, I don't like when because then when you're an old lady, your earlobes are droopy. I don't want droopy earlobes.
Yeah, not my thing at all. But I look at people when they wear heavy earrings and their earlobes are being pulled all the way down. I'm like, is that not uncomfortable?
It cannot be comfortable. I've worn, my ears used to be pierced. So they're kind of, it doesn't matter. And yeah, I've worn earrings that are dangly, and it always has bothered me. I can't get past it. I'm a very tactile thing. I wear a watch, but I don't wear bracelets because I type all day. I can't have things jangling in my way.
Don't. I will say, one of the best things ever is when I started working from home and I didn't have to go into an office, because I used to work with someone who used to wear one of those Tiffany bracelets with all the charms on and stuff.
Oh no, the Pandora ones, yeah.
And it would scrape across the desk. She also had really long nails and would proper click clack and stuff. That was more bearable.
My other co-host Sarah has long nails, and if you ever hear her text, I can't do it because I have very, very short nails, but all you hear is just the tippy tapping on the phone. And I'm like, doesn't that drive you crazy? It drives me nuts. No, I'm a nail shorty girl for life, because the minute a single speck of dirt gets underneath them, can't deal. Meltdown.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah.
How does someone like Cynthia Erivo wipe her butt? I'll never know. Wild. Have you seen her nails? Wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. Nothing that goes past the skin part of my fingers is allowed. I can't do it. I don't know how we got here. Oh, right. Alexis. Anyway, her earrings were a lot. And I couldn't help but notice them literally every time I watched this episode. They look good, but it was just so much. How do you live?
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some feedback here. We got an email from Erica about our Sloppy Joe's conversation. Erica is Team Stuart. Shredded bun meat bowl, which is, what a phrase, is totally not okay. Hear me out. Why not just use a knife and fork? I don't know if hot chicken is a dish you're familiar with in the UK and US, but it reminds me of that situation. 2 slices of white bread with shredded rotisserie chicken and green peas in between, smothered in tons of gravy. Is so good. You eat that with a knife and fork, despite it being a sandwich situation. Just saying. Love the pod. Have you ever heard of hot chicken? I've never heard of this.
I haven't.
It sounds good.
I started reading this email, and the moment I just saw that I'm with Stuart, I copied it, pasted it, was like, I'll wait for the rest when I'm on the pod, because I knew I'd like the email. That is horrendously good. I want it now.
Yeah,
sounds great.
This sounds almost like
situation.
I like this move, Erica, for sure. This almost sounds like something, I'm trying to remember what the heck my mom even calls it. Generally, like after Thanksgiving, we'll have leftover turkey, and you just like, chop up the turkey and get it in smaller bites, similar to like a rotisserie chicken. And then you cook it down with some gravy, like over the stove. You make egg noodles and you eat it over egg noodles. And it's so good. And it sounds very similar, but like you're just switching out noodles for bread.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say it sounds like the sandwich from Friends, that with the moist maker.
Oh, the moist maker.
That sounded phenomenal. It's another Friends.
I've made a moist maker. You've never made a moist maker?
I've never made a moist maker.
I've
had it like turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
And normally, if it's like too dry and stuff, get some cranberry sauce.
My sandwich. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
The moist maker sounds incredible.
Also, I'm very pro Ross in that whole thing. If you eat my sandwich, it should be allowed that I can kill you. That's just
it's quite a like strong statement, but I agree wholeheartedly. I'm sorry, don't steal people's food from like
it's not okay.
Kitchens. It's not okay. Yeah.
No. We also got a message from Aaron. Alexis is the best, in all caps. She's so sweet. She melts my heart. Also, 10 points for the facial reactions in the back of the car when Stevie says she's keen on Maid of Honour duties. She just looks super beautiful in this episode. Agree, Aaron, except for the earrings.
Except for the
earrings. Just can't confess the earrings.
Oh I love the as well as the funny faces, just that look of knowing that she like shares with David, and the two of them are like, as much as I don't like it when people have conversations that someone else is not privy to, I was like, that did kind of make me laugh at those two just being like on the level and understanding the subtext. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into our ratings. Simply the best. I mean, we were just talking about her. I'm gonna give her the point right now. Alexis is getting my simply the best point. I think this is a fairly easy pick. I don't know that anybody else does anything as good and kind as what Alexis does. Maybe David, I guess. I could give it to Patrick for the donk, but I'll give it to Alexis.
He's more than just a donk, Jess.
Yeah, he is.
I'm objectifying him. Yeah, I was kind of struggling, what with being a smidge down there. I was like, everyone's rubbish. But no, I have to give it to Alexa. She did a sweet gesture towards the end. David did a sweet gesture as well. However, David did also just not communicate about the whole Maid of Honour thing, knowing that Alexis had some expectations there. Not cool, David. So yeah, one wrong and one right doesn't make a whatever the phrase. I don't know. It's neutral. Alexis
wrongs don't make a right.
Shut up! It's late.
It is not. I know what time it is there.
It's 8 p.m. and I'm old. Leave me alone.
We'll go to you for your disgruntled pelican, because I'm very curious if we're going to be on the same page here with who deserves the disgruntled pelican today. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it has to be Jocelyn, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Hell yeah, it does.
It does. I mean, I was thinking maybe there could be a case where it could be Moira, because she is forcing everyone to watch the trailer over and over again. But she's excited for it. I've been there. Like, when you make something you're excited about it, it's the most important thing in the world. And while I think Jocelyn is doing a good thing by speaking some truth to Moira, and like, because people have to speak truth to Moira occasionally, like, you can't indulge her all the time. Be excited for your friend still. Like, put on a bit of a face, and yeah, don't look, or at least just lie better.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be the most excited person in the world, but you could do better than what you did, Jocelyn. So you're getting an LVP point. And I don't want to hear boo from anybody about how Jocelyn doesn't deserve it. She does. You point out a better person to give it to this episode because there isn't one. There simply isn't. And we all know I'm not a defender of Roland by any means, but even he has like a decent episode. He doesn't do anything that bad.
In that reviewer's defense, Jess, you gave Jocelyn an LVP point when it was totally unjustified early on in the season when Jocelyn was delightful and adorable. You were outrageous then.
I don't even remember why I did it.
I can't even remember either, but I just remember
looking back at the spreadsheet. It's been a minute. Yeah, who knows? Who cares? It's fine.
Love a spreadsheet.
Love a spreadsheet. Okay, let's talk through Moira's. It's not technically a wig, but we have to talk about what's happening on her head.
I am so in love with the craftiness of this whole situation. Like, it's just, the trailer's come out. Like, she wasn't wearing this when the trailer was being played, right? I'm not misremembering.
No, they've just woken up.
Yeah, so they've just woken up. They watched the trailer and she's like, I need something crow themed. Of course, she has plenty of like resources available to her to do this, but I can just imagine her just like crafting this in the mirror, getting it to a stage and goes, oh, is it a bit asymmetrical? Who cares? It looks great. And then just going out with a laptop and be like,
yeah, she basically took two crows and hot glued them to a headband. Popped that bitch on and called it a day.
She did.
I adore this look because, again, crows are all black. So, like, at first glance, it just looks like she has feathers coming out of her head horizontally, you know? But then you notice the little beaks and the little heads at the top, and it just adds extra layers of greatness.
So creepy.
I love it so much. It's so ridiculous. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's tier rank this episode. Stuart, I'll let you go first because I feel like you have stronger feelings than I do on where this one should go.
Love that journey for me, and I feel like I'm being generous.
Okay, are you saying here's the thing. I don't think this should go below the incident. The cringiness of the David Pees the bed storyline is like way worse than anything that happens in this episode.
Made me laugh more though, and I know it shouldn't, but it did. I'll be nice and say it can go above that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it above the job interview or smoke signals though.
Yeah,
we're very average right now.
That's
hanging out.
My thoughts on this season thus far. I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for it to like kick in.
It's gonna pick up. It's gonna pick up as soon as next episode. I promise. It picks up next episode.
It better, because this entire podcast that we've been talking, everyone's been like, it gets so good. It even towards the end, it sticks the landing. It's so good, and I'm like, I'm worried that everyone's lying to me.
No, no one has lied to you so far.
This last season.
No, trust me. As soon as next week, you'll be very happy. But for now, this one is gonna
love that journey for me.
Yeah, that's where it goes. That's where it belongs. Next week, though, week, the episode, season 6, episode 5, the premiere.
I wonder what happened. Do we get the dress? Does she get the dress? Does she get to wear it? Does she get that Interflix money to go and get the dress from Harrods again? Even though it was a bargain? Will it be the same price? Who knows?
She returned it, so maybe it's cheaper because it's like something that's been returned.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get any of the actual film, like more than the trailer, because the trailer it showed us one extra scene of her walking with the guy, and then the shadow of the eclipse, and no, it's the crows. So hopefully we'll get more. If we do, maybe I'll bump it up a bit more.
Listen, next episode, not only obviously like what premiere references, but there is a specific storyline that makes me giggle so much, and I love it. So I've been waiting for us to get to this moment I love it so much.
You said that recently about, like, you didn't say it on the pod, but you said it elsewhere about
It was about
this
what's
episode
coming
that we're
up.
talking about now.
No,
Because
no,
you were
no,
talking
not
about
this
you were
one.
talking about his donk. So is this
No.
donk hype or is this story?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't talking about this one. I was talking about the next episode.
Right.
It has
okay.
the thing. It has a Patrick related situation that I am very, 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 very excited for you to get to, because I just love it. And I think you'll like it too. So, and then I'm looking ahead. Let me see. I'm just taking a little bit of a peek ahead. I think, okay, so the next episode, and then not the one after that, but the one after that is like, mwah, 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 mwah. Like there's, I'm pumped.
A mid-season really good episode?
Well, next episode's really good, as well as episode 7. So,
I'm here for it.
We have guests on for both of them, so a little bit of a
that says a lot, because everyone only ever books really good ones.
Yeah. So Grace will be joining us. Grace Leader will be joining us next week for the premiere. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait for you to watch it, because I've already seen it twice in like a few days, because I just kept watching because I really like season 6. So I just kept on going. But yeah, in the meantime, anything else, Stuart? Anything else you want to tell the people about? I don't know.
What I can think of. I mean, maybe. I mean, we're really cryptic and say we're kind of working on something that, like,
we are working on something.
Working on something, a little summit. But I mean, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. So cryptic and the worst kind of tease.
Enjoy us being coy that we are going to be working on something. This won't be the end of us as a duo. When the podcast ends, we'll maybe have a little bit of a tease more a little bit. That's what we'll say for now. Okay, well, we'll be back next week with season 6, episode 5, the premiere. And until then, everyone, warmest regards
and best wishes.
Rose is your name, but when you poop it sure don't smell like roses. Your number 2 burns the hair in my nose, but we fought hand in paw. Now your poop don't stink at all. Now that the air is clear, I'll treasure your front and rear, my sweet Rose.
Instantly neutralize poop stink with Poop Fighter from World's Best Cat Litter for the world's best cat.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.